Hey guys, welcome to the homestead. So we've been losing a lot of chickens, and if you can't see back in the woods there, or back beyond the woods, there's our coop. And so we're just inside the wood line from where our chicken coop is. And we've lost about a dozen chickens, is what Tim said. Maybe a dozen or more of chickens recently. And so, and some of them have even happened during the day, broad daylight. So that is a clear indication you have a predator problem. Every once in a while you lose a chicken to a hawk, or maybe a raccoon, if a raccoon's wandering during the day, or especially if you leave your chickens out at night. But we have a Fort Knox type coop, and so our chickens are locked up at night. But during the day we're losing them, about a dozen now, or over a dozen. So that's a clear indication you have a predator problem. There's only one real way to deal with a predator problem, and that's to remove the predator. In this case, we're going to see what we've got. I've got 3 cameras out in 3 different locations. One there, I got one over here, and then I got one down there closer to the coop. So camera 1, camera 2, and camera 3. And so we're going to take a look over the next couple of days and see what comes from those cameras and what it is exactly that is harming our chickens. One thing you cannot allow to have happen on your homestead is for your food source to be taken by something that's not you, okay? So, I know, and this can be a kind of an uncomfortable topic, and this is one of the reasons, we've been in YouTube jail multiple times, is because the reality is when you have a predator problem, you have to deal with that predator, and that's just sometimes people don't want to deal with that reality. But the reality is the predator will keep eating until you remove the predator. Many times it's a raccoon. I don't know if this is the case or not. We'll find out, because the way these cameras are positioned, we're definitely going to see movement. I've got all avenues of approach covered. We'll pick up something. But if it's a raccoon, and many times it is, you have this issue where, removing the raccoon and putting him somewhere else, a relocation, that's just not going to work, because what you're doing is everyone around here has chickens. I mean, this is the country. Most people have chickens or some sort of small fowl, that they keep, for a food source, whether it's eggs or meat. So removing that problem and making it someone else's problem is just prolonging the problem. So you cannot, and if people around here, if they find out you're relocating raccoons, they're not going to be happy with you, because once a raccoon has a taste for chicken, he's going to be searching for chicken until the day he's dead. So you need to go ahead and just eliminate that problem. Removing the problem is just making someone else have that problem, and you don't want to do that. It's not neighborly. So we're going to find out. We're going to take a look at the cameras here in the next couple of days and see what comes up and see what it is we're dealing with. All right, so stick around. So I'm right next to the coop right now, and the chickens are locked up. They're going to stay locked up for at least the foreseeable future until we figure out what is indeed killing them and then remove that problem. I have a camera set up right over to about 1.5 feet to my left here, and it's right where the wood line starts, and there's a camera that's pointing directly that way so that we can see if anything's running the perimeter at night and help identify whatever may be doing that. But right now the chickens are locked up. They are not going anywhere. They don't know. They don't care. If you let them out, they'll just come. They love running around. They love being free range. There's lots of bugs, insects, things they can dig in the dirt and find food for. And so, they just are oblivious to the danger many times, and until it's too late. So to let them out right now would not be a good thing. So they're not probably happy about it, but they're going to stay locked up for their own good for right now. So it's been a couple days. We have the cards out of the camera, the little SD cards, and so we're going to take those in, look at them on the laptop, and see what it is, if anything, is on those cameras. Hopefully we can identify a predator and then figure out and strategize how we're going to remove it. So let's go ahead and take those cards and get inside. Hey guys, we're back inside. Let's go ahead and thumb through these photos. Really interesting stuff here. It's my kids' jobs to actually go out and check the cameras, to pull the disc out, and to bring them in so we can check them. And so they brought those in today, and wow, we found some amazing things. So let's go ahead and take a look, starting off at game camera 1 over at the chicken coop. Here is the picture. There we go. There is our first picture, and that is obviously a very chicken-hungry rabbit that is stalking our chicken coop. I seriously doubt that rabbit is eating the chickens, but there's another picture of him right there, and there he is hopping in, kind of going backwards. But let's take a look at this next photo. Whoa, there we go. That is a definite predator. That's a fox. Can't tell if it's a red fox or a gray fox, but it's a fox. And foxes definitely do eat chickens. And so that is going to be our guy. We're going to go ahead and see what we can do to snag that guy up. I'll put some traps out in some of these locations and see if we can do. Here he is coming in. I'm kind of going backwards on the photo, but there he is again. Definite fox, no doubt about it. Whether it's a red or a gray, we don't know yet. I could probably say this is kind of where the mountain starts to go up a little uphill a little ways, so I could probably kind of go up the hill a little bit and just perch myself there during the day. Remember, we've had some day strikes where some of our chickens have been hit right in the middle of the day. So a fox can sneak up on a chicken coop if he's under cover of the woods or forest and get as close to the coop as possible. And when he sees his opportunity, he will run out, grab that chicken, and keep on running, won't miss a beat, and your chicken will be gone. And that's happened a couple times right next to the houses, at least once for sure next to the houses, where something just ran out and grabbed a chicken, and it was all over. So there's our fox. Then we have this. This was on game camera 2, and yeah, that is a bobcat. There's no doubt about it. That's a bobcat. Definite. You can see here in this photo, he's just coming into focus, coming into view, and there he is. The camera snapped 2 quick photos of him. Didn't get a third, but that's a definite bobcat. There's no doubt about it. That's definitely not a house cat. That's a good sized bobcat. So again, we're gonna be setting some traps out and in the areas where these cameras are, and we'll see if we can get a pickup here in the next couple of days. But this here is another photo that I saw was interesting. You can see in the bottom left-hand corner of your screen, there's some kind of blur, maybe a leg, something. It's in the same camera that the bobcat was in here and here, but different time of night. This one here is at 6 o'clock, right after the sun goes down. This was right after the sun went down. Well, a little bit after, so at 7 o'clock. And there's something blurry there on the screen. I'm not sure what that was, but so we definitely have movement in the area there. So we're going to go ahead and set some traps out. Guys, this is just crazy. This is the kind of stuff that gets me put into YouTube jail, okay? So I'm not sure I'm going to show these catches on camera. I mean, you know, this is the reality of homesteading, guys. If you have something killing your food source, your chickens, you got to defend that, you know. And I know lots of people say, Zach, get a dog. Well, guys, I've done videos before. Lots of reasons why I don't have a dog. We'll just go through them very quickly. Number one, all my neighbors have dogs. Okay, and if you want a dog to really be a guard dog, number one, it needs training. Okay, you need to have the time to make sure that dog has training. Most people who have dogs in the city, they don't even train their dogs. They just, you know, sometimes they do, you know, basic commands, you know, learning to behave themselves, you know, being able to potty train them. That's basic commands. But when you have a farm, there's a whole other level of training that needs to go on. You know, when it comes to chickens, if you ever watch Kendall Gray's channel, he's like a 20-year-old kid, great channel, very fun, entertaining. But he has a puppy right now who's killing all his chickens. And you know, you have to train that dog. And if you don't have the time to train that dog, not only to not hurt your livestock, but to protect the livestock, there is training involved. Not to mention, all my other neighbors have dogs, and when dogs run, and then they mate, and they breed, and you gotta take the time not only to have vet visits or fix them, but also feed them. So what we've had in the past is a female donkey, and you don't have to feed those. They eat grass, and they're really good about predators. Right now, I don't have a donkey, but at some point, we're going to have that again once I get fencing fixed around the homestead and get my fencing up right where I want it to be. I can go ahead and get a donkey again. But, you know, no, I'm not having a dog. Dogs are just way too much trouble. If they fight with other dogs, neighbor dogs, know you have problems with your neighbors. If they run and get onto your neighbor's property, your neighbors may suspect them, even if they're not, of killing their livestock. And so a lot of neighbors around here just shoot first, ask questions later, or they just shoot, shovel, and shut up, and you never see your dog again. And so it's just I'd rather not have a dog. There's too many things that can happen, too much drama that ensues when having a dog. If your dog is trained and you've gone through and you have that time to train that dog, it can be a really good guard dog. But yeah, I'm not going to do that. Anyway, so we got some work cut out for us to do. I don't know what else I'll show on camera. I may just go ahead and make a video once we get these pelts done. I mean, because right now it's a prime time for pelts. It'd really be sad if I had to dispatch these animals in the middle of summer when the pelts are worthless. But right now, they're prime. I mean, it's the end of winter. In fact, we have some days still coming up where it's going to be single digits. So it's perfect prime pelt time. If I can get one of these animals now, that would be fantastic. So we'll see if we can get some traps out, and I'll just, we'll do a reasoned approach of how I show any further footage from here. But you and I both know what has to happen. Yeah. All right, guys. See you next time on Homestead. Bye.